Hey everyone, Ian here, artist and game designer on Crimson Keep. And I haven't made a video in a while, so there's a lot of things to update you guys with. A lot of things I've been posting about on Twitter and IndieDB as I make them, or as Ben and I make them. And there's been a lot of changes since the last video, so I probably won't hit everything, but I'm just going to try and point things out as I see them. So, immediately you'll notice there's an options menu that Ben has been hard at work on. So now we have audio controls. Some of these are working, some of these aren't. I think we're having a problem with the music one still, but yeah. Got some nice controls here for audio and video settings. You can already set your field of view, which is nice. A lot of games don't have that by the time they ship, so I think it's pretty cool that we have that now. You can of course change your graphics quality and resolution and all that. So that's neat. Some people requested also that we have an option to turn on or off depth of field, because some people, I think it gives them motion sickness or some kind of unpleasant feeling, so we've got that as well. But let's start the game. I don't remember the last video if we had the 3 classes yet. I think we did. The Scoundrel's not done, we don't have abilities for it yet, but the Berserker and Witch are coming along nicely. So I don't think I showed off the Witch that much, so maybe we can show off some of their abilities. Also notice a loading screen, which is new. Some of the lighting in here's changed, this starting area. The lighting model across the whole game actually seemed to change a little bit. Like some of the point lights and stuff kind of have a sharper fall off now. One thing you'll notice is enemies will sometimes path around and walk around. This one isn't. Sometimes it does. Maybe I can just restart. I might the next time. There we go. So you can see it just kind of walks around, a little more realistic. So that's cool. Oh, yeah. So you'll see here, there's a word that says peckish and a word that says heretic. The word peckish represents your current hunger level. We're probably going to change this interface, or definitely going to change the way this interface looks at some point in the future. But if you eat an apple, you'll notice it changes. So you're now well fed. Your hunger level goes down over time, the longer you're in game. And eventually, well, at each hunger level there's different negatives. Sometimes positives though. Like if you're like kinda hungry, you'll move a little bit faster and attack a little bit faster, I believe. But if you're starving, you get just negative effects and you'll start to take damage. And if you're overfed, you'll move slower. That's something, I think that was in that Sega Genesis game, Fatal Labyrinth. It's one of my first roguelikes that I played that I really enjoyed, and that system was in there. So let's jump down. Oh, there's one other thing I want to show you real quick. You now pause the game. That wasn't in there before, and you can access the same options menu. So let's jump down. Let's go and find some more new stuff. There's that loading screen. That's new. So one of the cool things about our hunger system is that a lot of the food, it helps your hunger, but it also heals you. So you have to make this decision, you know, if you're starving or whatever, you know, are you going to eat the food now or save it till when you take some damage and need to be healed also. So there's kind of a decision to make there. That last guy dropped arrows, which is a hint of another new feature of the game. But back to this heretic thing. I don't know if I'll find one in this playthrough, but you can now subscribe yourself to deities. And deities, basically you follow a deity, and then as you kill monsters and do other things, you will affect your reputation with that deity and receive different passive bonuses to your character. Level up, and I'm out. Charges on my wand. So I'm resorting to smacking them around with it when we get here. Potion of healing. So wands no longer recharge with kills. They require other sources of recharging. So we have a potion of recharging. Gives us 10 more charges on our wand. We have a new ability to pick. So here's a look at some of the first tier witch abilities. Dark Fade heals you and makes you invulnerable for a short time. Telekinetic Blast pushes enemies back and does damage to, I think, every enemy around you, like a full 360 AoE. This one's cool, Death Sleep. Put an enemy into a deep sleep, leaving them vulnerable to your next attack. This is kind of a... this idea came from Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, where they have... I forgot what the spell's called, but it's kind of like a mesmerize spell. And whenever an enemy or a monster in that game is asleep or mesmerized or doesn't notice you, the attack you do is like a super attack. So this was kind of the idea behind this ability. Witch's Brew, because you're a witch, this class is a witch. You can summon a random potion. Hopeless Aura, it stuns enemies that hit you. Soul Curse. Curse an enemy so it has much less max health and can't heal. So that'd be useful against some of the later enemies that heal themselves or can heal others or be healed. And Ice Spear, which is kind of a basic ability, just a projectile that can go through multiple enemies and slows movement and attack speed because it's ice. Just kind of a trope. Let's see. I like Death Sleep. We got a little bit of a bug still. I can switch abilities. But yeah, I'll pick Death Sleep. Got here. Another apple. That's the other thing is, like, when I'm talking and I stop, I should probably pause because the hunger is ticking down all the time. So he's been death sleeped, and my attack did double damage. That's pretty effective. This room's got some bright lava. If you notice here, I think when I'm very hungry, my max health has gone down. Yeah, now I can raise that back up if I go back to hungry. So I'll eat another another apple too. I'm gonna start making a bunch of different food types so that, like, you know, maybe like moldy or stale bread. I missed an item. Leather helmet. But like moldy or stale bread that might, you know, increase your hunger, which is important long term, but might, you know, decrease your hit points at that moment, or, you know, no net gain on hit points. Just I'm out of charges again on my wand. Need to find a weapon. More potions. Ben has improved some of the collisions as well with enemies. With one of the new areas that has a lot of 90-degree angles and tight corners and areas, enemies were falling through the ground more than usual. So I think the collision code's been improved. Is this a different? Yeah, this is a different one. Go ahead and death sleep this guy. Oh, we did finally get a weapon. Alright. We got a dagger. A dagger suits a witch nicely. Try and backstab this guy. Missed it. The death sleep will synergize really well with the dagger, actually, because backstabs already do a ton of damage, so it'll be a backstab with double damage with the death sleep. Skeletons can be a little problematic with the dagger since your range is so short. You gotta figure out. Might parry them on this next attack. There we go. That's another way you can get behind for a backstab. We have a new ability. Now I haven't made it's a pretty good passive. I haven't made a bunch of new passives yet. I kind of we kind of reworked the stat system a little bit, so we just have like oh, that's funny. It's a good ragdoll position. But we kind of reworked the stats a little bit with passives, so there's like 5 to 8 main like combat stats that passives will affect. So I still need to go in and make a bunch of new perks. Just dead ends over here. I'm very hungry again. I have backstab and death sleep up, so whoever I find next is pretty much dead, guaranteed. I don't know if I want to waste it on the skeleton though. We still don't have a map system. We've been kind of debating on what to do with maps. Right now my thoughts are maybe once you kill half the enemies in a level, you have kind of an ability to, when you look towards the direction of the exit, you'll get some kind of on-screen effect, so you know that direction might lead to the exit. I don't really want a proper map in the game. because I think people, like especially an auto map, people will just end up looking at that. And I think that was probably the biggest flaw in games like Diablo, is that, you know, they made these beautiful games and they just end up, you know, like the art and the everything kind of is hard to see because you always have the auto map up. It blocks everything out and you're just looking at the auto map really. So I'm now taking damage from hunger. So let's put a stop to that. Alright, I'm gonna wombo combo this guy. Ready for it? Yeah, that's a big hit. So which actually surprisingly go with daggers. Daggers at that short range though. Good, more apples. Go ahead and save that for now. This boss fight was beefed up a little bit. It's a little harder than it used to be. It's got a little more health. I don't have that many abilities to fight him with. Oh, I've got a little bit of a animation bug on the dagger there. That's okay. Alright. Uh-oh. Door knocked the loot bag through the wall. Am I hungry? Oh, I'm starving again. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna make some kind of UI message that pops up when you're actually taking damage from starving. I don't know if I do enough damage to kill these before they explode. Yeah, I don't have the range either. Well, the dagger seems to kind of fix itself. There's a couple other things like trap rooms and the deities like I talked about. I didn't get the demo here, but I can probably get them in the next video. I want to get back on track with making more update videos and get people excited when the game comes out. I'm getting a little stuck here. There we go. Comboed. What is this, a bone mage or a... Oh man. They got a good position there. Might let them get out of there. These guys are tough because they get that little charge attack. They're covered in spikes. And I'm starving. So, yeah, there's still some tuning to do with, you know, the speed of starvation and all that. But, you know. Alright. Dying. We need food. I missed. God, the backstab does so much damage, but the short range of the dagger, it's a tough thing to pull off sometimes. Drink. Might almost be. I think I'm dead. 'Cause I'm out of food. Yep. I have starved to death. So, thanks for watching, guys, and next time I'll have even more features to show y'all. So smash that like button, and I'll see you next time.